Africa is witnessing a shift towards closer ties with Russia and China as the influence of the West on the continent diminishes. President Putin and Chairman Xi Jinping have received warm receptions, while Western leaders like Vice President Kamala Harris have faced lukewarm or negative responses. In a recent survey, African citizens expressed a consensus that Russia and China were supportive allies, while considering the West parasitic and advocating for a phased-out involvement. This preference for China and Russia may come as a surprise to many in the West, highlighting the need to understand the reasons behind their growing popularity in Africa. The implications of this trend are significant for businesses operating in the region. China and Russia offer visible and tangible infrastructure investments, contrasting with the West's often unaccountable aid that is perceived as attempts to influence African leaders. Moreover, the history of political instability and military interventions associated with the West has led to a higher level of trust in China and Russia. These nations also serve as a military counterbalance to the French and American presence, seen by some as exerting control over African leaders. Additionally, China and Russia promote greater social autonomy, while the West tends to impose its own social goals on African nations. Furthermore, while the West has been accused of trapping African countries in debt, Russia and China have demonstrated a willingness to forgive debts, thereby diverging from the exploitative financial deals often linked to the West. These factors contribute to a weakening grip of the West on Africa, both politically and economically, raising questions about future partnerships. It is suggested that businesses should shift their focus from merely extracting Africa's resources and instead engage in practices that foster long-term infrastructure development and value creation. Those who genuinely contribute to the growth of African economies are likely to be welcomed, while those pursuing exploitative interests may find themselves marginalized. Considering these dynamics, various perspectives emerge regarding Africa's relations with the West, Russia, and China. Should Africa strengthen ties with the West, embrace partnerships with Russia and China at the risk of alienating America and Europe, or seek greater independence from foreign influence, even if it entails a temporary decrease in immediate investment? The answer to this question requires thoughtful consideration and a nuanced understanding of Africa's evolving socio-economic landscape. www.africanenergycouncil.org